On January 19, 2025, President-elect Donald Trump announced a significant move as he prepared for his inauguration. He would suspend the security clearances of 51 former intelligence officials who had publicly claimed that the reporting related to Hunter Biden's laptop bore the classic earmarks of Russian disinformation. This decision was framed as part of a broader agenda to combat what Trump described as disinformation and betrayal within the intelligence community. Background of the controversy. The controversy surrounding Hunter Biden's laptop began in 2019 when the device was abandoned at a computer repair shop in Delaware. The shop owner, upon discovering its contents, handed it over to the FBI. The laptop contained emails and other documents that suggested Hunter Biden had leveraged his father's position as vice president to facilitate business dealings in Ukraine and China. These revelations gained traction in the weeks leading up to the 2020 presidential election, particularly after the New York Post published a series of articles detailing the laptop's contents. In October 2020, just weeks before the election, 51 former national security officials signed an open letter stating that the laptop's disclosures had all the characteristics of a Russian disinformation campaign. This assertion was met with significant skepticism and criticism, particularly from Trump and his supporters, who viewed the letter as an attempt to discredit legitimate reporting that could harm Biden's electoral prospects. Subsequent developments. In subsequent years, various investigations and disclosures confirmed the authenticity of the laptop and its contents. An IRS whistleblower testified in 2023 that the FBI had verified the laptop's authenticity as early as November 2019, long before the letter was published. Despite this confirmation, many of the signatories to the letter, including prominent figures like former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper and former CIA Director John Brennan, maintained their positions. They argued that their letter was a warning about foreign interference in U.S. elections, not a denial of the laptop's authenticity. Trump's announcement. On the eve of his inauguration, Trump characterized the signatories as spies who lie, asserting that they had misled the public for political gain. His administration planned to revoke their security clearances as part of over 200 executive orders he intended to sign on his first day in office. The move was seen as a direct rebuke to the intelligence community and a way to reinforce Trump's narrative of being the victim of a deep state conspiracy. Trump's announcement was met with mixed reactions. Supporters hailed it as a necessary action to hold those who misled the public accountable, while critics viewed it as an example of Trump's attempts to undermine the credibility of intelligence professionals who disagreed with him. The decision also underscored the increasing polarization of U.S. politics, particularly regarding issues of national security and foreign interference. The broader implications. The decision to suspend the clearances of these former officials has broader implications for the relationship between the intelligence community and the executive branch. Trump's actions may further strain trust in intelligence assessments, especially in an environment already rife with political manipulation and misinformation. The former officials who signed the letter have continued to voice their concerns about foreign interference, arguing that vigilance is essential in the face of ongoing threats from countries like Russia. Moreover, Trump's move could set a precedent for future administrations, potentially leading to further politicization of the intelligence community and a reluctance among professionals to engage in public discourse for fear of political retribution. The situation reflects the ongoing struggle within the U.S. political landscape over the narratives surrounding foreign influence, election integrity, and the role of intelligence in shaping public policy. Conclusion. As Trump prepares to take office again, his decision to revoke the security clearances of 51 former intelligence officials signals a new chapter in the contentious relationship between the Trump administration and the intelligence community. The fallout from the Hunter Biden laptop controversy continues to reverberate, highlighting the deep divisions over issues of national security and the integrity of information in the digital age. As the political landscape evolves, the implications of these actions will likely be felt for years to come, shaping not only domestic policy but also America's standing on the global stage. The counterintuitive information in the content revolves around the ongoing debate surrounding the Hunter Biden laptop story and the reactions of various political figures. Here are key points that highlight this counterintuitive aspect. 1. Confirmation versus initial claims. Initially, 51 former intelligence officials claimed that the Hunter Biden laptop was likely part of a Russian disinformation campaign, asserting it had classic earmarks of such operations. However, later verification from federal authorities confirmed the authenticity of the laptop, which contradicts the initial claims made by these officials. This raises questions about the reliability of assessments made by experienced intelligence personnel when political narratives are at stake. 2. Divergence in perspectives. The former officials continue to stand by their original letter emphasizing concerns about foreign interference, even after the laptop was confirmed authentic. This reflects a dissonance between empirical evidence and the narrative maintained by these officials. It underscores a larger trend where political biases can shape interpretations of intelligence even among those trained to analyze it objectively. 3. Media engagement. Many signatories of the letter have since become prominent media figures, frequently appearing on platforms like CNN and MSNBC. This shift from intelligence roles to media commentators presents a paradox where individuals who once held positions of authority within the intelligence community are now using their platforms to critique political figures. This raises questions about the integrity of their earlier assessments and whether their current roles influence their interpretations of events. For public and political reaction, Trump's decision to revoke security clearances from these officials is framed as a response to their previous statements about the laptop. This is counterintuitive because it suggests a punitive approach to dissenting opinions within the intelligence community. The move can be interpreted as an attempt to consolidate power and suppress dissent, which runs contrary to democratic principles that value diverse opinions and accountability. 5. Perception of foreign interference. The ongoing insistence by some officials on the potential for foreign interference despite the laptop's authenticity points to a broader counterintuitive understanding that political narratives can overshadow factual evidence. It shows how entrenched beliefs about foreign threats can persist even when the evidence does not support such views, highlighting the complexities of political discourse in the context of national security. These points reflect the complexities and contradictions inherent in the intersection of politics, intelligence, and media narratives, revealing how perceptions can diverge significantly from verified facts. The recent announcement by President-elect Donald Trump to suspend the security clearances of 51 former intelligence officials has significant implications that many may overlook amid the sensationalism surrounding the Hunter Biden laptop controversy. While the key points of the situation are often highlighted, such as the prior assertion by these officials that the laptop's contents bore the classic earmarks of Russian disinformation, the deeper implications regarding the nature of intelligence accountability and the ongoing polarization in U.S. politics deserve more scrutiny. The underlying significance of the clearance's suspension. 1. Chilling effect on intelligence professionals. Trump's actions could create a chilling effect among current and future intelligence professionals. If officials fear retaliation for their assessments or opinions, they may be less inclined to speak out on critical issues. This can undermine the integrity of intelligence assessments, as officials may prioritize loyalty over factual reporting. 2. Accountability and credibility. This situation raises questions about accountability in intelligence. The former officials, led by prominent figures like James Clapper and John Brennan, claimed that their comments were based on their expertise and experience. However, Trump's response challenges the credibility of these professionals and suggests that their opinions, particularly those which diverge from the political narrative favored by the administration, are subject to punitive measures. This could lead to a dangerous precedent where intelligence assessments are politicized. 3. Impact on public trust. The public's trust in intelligence agencies may decline further due to this incident. If citizens perceive that intelligence professionals are being punished for their opinions or assessments, they may begin to question the objectivity and independence of these institutions. This erosion of trust could have long-term consequences for national security, as public support is crucial for the effective functioning of intelligence agencies. 4. The role of media and information warfare. The incident highlights the growing intersection between intelligence assessments and the media landscape. The former officials have transitioned into prominent media roles where they critique the Trump administration. This dual role raises questions about the objectivity of both intelligence professionals and media outlets. When intelligence figures become regular commentators, their assessments may be viewed through a partisan lens, complicating public discourse and potentially leading to misinformation. 5. Polarization in political discourse. This event is emblematic of the broader polarization in American politics. Trump's labeling of these officials as spies who lie is a clear attempt to delegitimize dissent and reinforce his political narrative. This rhetoric not only fuels division but also discourages constructive dialogue about intelligence and foreign interference. The dismissal of differing viewpoints contributes to an environment where political discourse becomes increasingly adversarial and less fact-based. 6. Potential legal and career implications. The revocation of security clearances can have significant professional repercussions for the individuals involved. For many, these clearances are essential for their careers in consulting, media, and academia. The fear of losing such clearances may deter professionals from engaging in public debate or sharing their expertise, ultimately leading to a less informed public dialogue on national security issues. 7. Historical context of intelligence disputes. The situation also reflects a historical pattern in the U.S. where intelligence assessments have been contested and politicized. The controversy surrounding the Iraq War and the intelligence used to justify it serves as a reminder of the complexities involved in intelligence work. This incident may become another chapter in the ongoing narrative of how intelligence is perceived and utilized in political arenas. Broader implications for democracy. The consequences of Trump's actions extend beyond individual reputations. They touch on fundamental issues of democratic governance. In a healthy democracy, intelligence agencies must operate independently and provide objective assessments free from political pressure. The current climate where dissenting opinions can lead to punitive measures challenges this principle. Furthermore, the incident underscores the importance of safeguarding the integrity of intelligence assessments in an era marked by disinformation and foreign interference. As the U.S. navigates complex global challenges, fostering an environment where intelligence professionals can express their views without fear of retribution is vital for national security. Conclusion. In summary, while the immediate focus of the report is on Trump's decision to suspend the security clearances of former intelligence officials, the broader implications of this action are significant and far-reaching. The potential chilling effect on intelligence professionals, the challenges to accountability and credibility, the impact on public trust, and the exacerbation of political polarization are all critical aspects that deserve attention. These issues are not merely political footnotes. They have profound implications for the future of intelligence, national security, and democratic governance in the United States. Understanding these nuances is essential for engaging with the complexities of contemporary political discourse. 1. Suspension of security clearances. Donald Trump's announcement to suspend the security clearances of 51 former intelligence officials marks a significant political action that underscores the deepening divide between his administration and the intelligence community. This move is particularly noteworthy as it targets officials who publicly suggested that the Hunter Biden laptop story bore classic earmarks of Russian disinformation. The implications of this suspension raise questions about accountability, trust in intelligence assessments, and the potential for politicization of national security roles. 2. Verification of the laptop's authenticity. the eventual confirmation by federal authorities regarding the authenticity of Hunter Biden's laptop significantly alters the narrative surrounding the initial claims made by the former intelligence officials. This development brings into focus the reliability of intelligence assessments and the consequences of public statements made without substantiated evidence. The ongoing debate regarding foreign interference in U.S. elections also plays a crucial role in understanding the motivations behind the initial disinformation claims. 3. Role of media and public discourse. The involvement of former intelligence officials in media commentary, particularly on networks like CNN and MSNBC, highlights the intersection of intelligence and media in shaping public perception. The ability of these officials to leverage their former roles for political commentary raises ethical questions about the use of classified knowledge in public discourse. This situation illustrates how narratives around national security can be influenced by media portrayal, leading to broader societal repercussions. 4. Political polarization and the future of intelligence. This incident exemplifies the growing polarization in American politics, particularly concerning issues of national security, foreign interference, and the integrity of electoral processes. Trump's decision to label the signatories of the letter as lying spies reflects a broader trend of delegitimizing dissenting voices within the intelligence community. The potential ramifications for future intelligence assessments and the trust placed in such institutions are critical areas for analysis, as they may impact the effectiveness and independence of the intelligence apparatus moving forward. 1. The Dreyfus Affair 1894–1906. This political scandal in France involved the wrongful conviction of Captain Alfred Dreyfus, a Jewish officer in the French army, for treason. The case was marked by anti-Semitism and a cover-up within the military. Dreyfus was accused of passing secrets to Germany largely based on forged documents. As the case unfolded, it became a major public controversy, with intellectuals and political figures divided over his guilt or innocence. Eventually, evidence proved Dreyfus was innocent, leading to his exoneration and highlighting deep societal divisions regarding race, religion, and national identity. 2. The Iran-Contra Affair 1980s. This political scandal involved the U.S. government's secret sale of arms to Iran, which was under an arms embargo, with the profits being used to fund Contra rebels in Nicaragua. Despite a congressional ban, the affair was revealed in 1986 and led to investigations by Congress and a special prosecutor. High-ranking officials, including members of President Ronald Reagan's administration, were implicated. The scandal raised significant constitutional questions about executive power and accountability, and several officials were convicted, although many convictions were later vacated. 3. The Watergate Scandal 1972–1974. This major political scandal in the United States stemmed from a break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters at the Watergate office complex and the subsequent cover-up by President Richard Nixon's administration. Investigations revealed a wide range of abuses of power, including illegal wiretapping and campaign finance violations. The scandal led to the resignation of Nixon in 1974, making him the first U.S. president to do so. Watergate profoundly affected American politics and public trust in government, leading to reforms in campaign finance laws and greater oversight of executive power. Future outlook. Predictions for the political landscape post-Trump's security clearance suspension. The decision by President Trump to suspend security clearances for 51 former intelligence officials who had previously claimed the Hunter Biden laptop story bore the hallmarks of Russian disinformation marks a significant moment in American politics. This move is likely to have far-reaching implications for the political climate, intelligence community, and public trust in government institutions. 1. Increased political polarization. The suspension of security clearances is expected to exacerbate the already deep political divides in the U.S. Trump supporters may view this action as a necessary step to hold accountable those perceived as undermining his presidency. Conversely, critics will likely see it as an attack on the integrity of the intelligence community. This polarization could lead to further fragmentation within both major political parties. as factions emerge either in support of or against such actions, complicating bipartisan cooperation on issues of national security and governance. 2. Impact on intelligence community dynamics. The decision to revoke the clearances could instill fear among current intelligence officials about the repercussions of expressing dissenting opinions or publicly criticizing the administration. This chilling effect might lead to a more compliant intelligence community, which could compromise the objectivity and integrity of intelligence assessments. Future administrations may face challenges in restoring trust within the intelligence community, as professionals may hesitate to voice concerns or provide critical analyses for fear of political retaliation. 3. Potential legal and legislative ramifications. The revocation of security clearances might prompt various legal challenges, particularly from those affected who may argue that their rights were violated or that the decision lacks legitimate justification. Congress could see renewed discussions around the governance of security clearances and the potential for legislative reforms aimed at protecting officials from politically motivated actions. This could lead to a re-evaluation of the processes and criteria used to grant and revoke security clearances, potentially resulting in legislative gridlock. 4. Media and public discourse evolution. The media landscape will likely undergo further evolution as figures involved in the Hunter Biden laptop controversy continue to engage in public discourse. As former intelligence officials appear on platforms such as CNN and MSNBC, they may amplify their criticisms of the Trump administration and advocate for the protection of intelligence integrity. This could lead to increased polarization in media narratives, impacting how the public perceives both the intelligence community and the political motives behind information dissemination. 5. Long-term influence on elections and governance. The actions taken by Trump may set a precedent for future administrations. If revoking security clearances becomes a common tactic in political disputes, this could lead to a more contentious environment during election cycles. Candidates may leverage narratives surrounding intelligence and security clearances to rally support or discredit opponents. Furthermore, as the public becomes more aware of these tactics, there may be a growing demand for transparency and accountability in how security clearances are managed across administrations. 6. Restoration of trust in government institutions. The long-term effects of this decision on public trust in government institutions remain uncertain. If the actions are perceived as politically motivated, they could undermine the credibility of not just the intelligence community, but also the presidency itself. Restoring trust may require significant efforts from both political leaders and intelligence officials to demonstrate impartiality and commitment to national security over party loyalty. 7. Emergence of new political movements. The fallout from this decision might give rise to new political movements or organizations focused on the integrity of intelligence and government accountability. Grassroots organizations could form to advocate for reforms in how intelligence is handled in the political arena, potentially mobilizing voters who are disillusioned with the current state of affairs. As citizens become more engaged in political processes, this could lead to shifts in voter behavior and influence future elections. Conclusion. The suspension of security clearances for the 51 former intelligence officials represents a pivotal moment in U.S. politics, with implications that may unfold over the coming years. As the nation grapples with the consequences of this decision, the landscape of American democracy, governance, and public trust will continue to evolve. Political leaders, intelligence professionals, and citizens alike will play crucial roles in shaping the future of this dynamic and often contentious relationship between politics and national security.